This is readalinedoalignecooking.com. My name is Mike Pierce. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome to my home. Today we're going to make pasta. We're going to use a sauce from this great pasta sauces book by Sally Griffith. And the sauce we're going to make is on the oil and butter based sauces page, and it's called butter and browned garlic. It's really simple. It's almost just that. Now the way this typically works, we're going to modify it, but the way it would typically work, and I've done this, is we would heat up our water because that takes some time. We would throw our pasta in this case it's linguine, which works best with this, which is kind of a thick pasta, a thick spaghetti. And it takes 11 to 13 minutes to cook. So somewhere in that process, we'd turn on our saute pan and we'd add our butter. And after it melts, we'd add some garlic. And as it gets browned, hopefully we'd time this about right. The linguine would be done. We'd drain the linguine, toss it in to our saute pan, stir it around so we get all the sauce on everything, put some fresh ground pepper over the top and some freshly grated Parmesan, which I don't have, but I have Parmesan, so close enough. And there you go. Now the problem with that, well, the good part about it is it's tasty. It's really tasty. I like it, works well. The bad part about it is it's not really a meal. It's good, but it just needs more. So the way I do it and the way we're going to do it today is first, we are going to prep some vegetables, some broccoli, some asparagus, some mushrooms, and some spinach. I'm going to put that in a bowl and set it aside. And then we're going to prep a chicken breast. Just cut off the pieces we don't like, make everything else about the same size, bite-sized morsels so they cook about the same rate, which is handy. Put that in another bowl. Then we're going to turn on our water, because that takes time. Then we're probably going to turn on our saute pan, add the butter, add the chicken. When that's about done, we'll add the garlic, and then we'll add the vegetables. We'll put the lid on, let it all steam and saute together. Hopefully by the time it's done, our linguine is done, drain it, put it in, toss it together. Same thing. A little pepper over the top, not freshly grated Parmesan, and dinner is served. So that's the plan. As always, there'll be one on me, one on the down angle, and we'll probably do a lot of warp speed through some of this stuff because you don't need to watch me every second of me chopping vegetables and things like that. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with some asparagus, and one of the reasons I wanted to start with asparagus is you always cut off the end wherever it starts looking kind of weird. We're going to use our swivel peeler, also known as a potato peeler, to get off these little red things. They're kind of woody, they don't taste as good. We're going to use the little bowl here to put them in. Normally I would just do this right over the sink, okay? That's the easiest way to do it, but I don't want to move all my cameras. Okay, so we're done with the asparagus. I got to wash them off a bit and get this cleaned up, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Be right back. Welcome back. All I've done is clean up a little bit and run the asparagus under some water and kind of rub them together to get anything off. So back to it. We're going to chop everything up nice and fast and move on. All right, well, we're back. I just cleaned up a little bit and grabbed my chicken breast out of the refrigerator. I bought a big package of 6 or 7 chicken breasts and put each one in a little Tupperware container and then put the rest of them in the freezer. It's not the greatest way to freeze them because there's too much air there, but if I'm going to use them all within a week or so, it should be fine. So anyways, let's get processing our chicken here. All we're going to do is cut off any tendons, any excess fat, and anything that kind of looks weird. And the rest of it just cut up into basically uniform bite-sized pieces so they cook at about the same rate. Here we go. we're all done. Let me clean up a bit, move one of my cameras over there, and we'll get started. Here we go. Okay, just to catch you up a little bit, because this was chicken, I washed my hands, the cutting board, the knife real well. Realized I hadn't prepped the spinach, which was just cutting off the stems, so I did that real quick. Turned on the heat to this. This isn't quite boiling yet, but it should be real close. I got bubbles, but it's not boiling. Probably about time to turn this on. This is going to take 11 to 13 minutes after we put the pasta in. That's about how long it's going to take over here. So let's turn the heat on over here. Just turning it to medium low maybe. So I've got bubbles starting to come up. Put a little salt in. Salt lowers the temperature at which water boils. So you got to be careful you don't put too much in too fast, or you'll find yourself with water going just everywhere, which will annoy the heck out of you. And by the way, I don't know if you can see this, but this is what annoys me about really nice pans. You see that? This is perfectly clean. The reason it looks like this is because I've used it before and I haven't used metal cleaner on it. It's kind of annoying. By the way, once this gets going, I'll tilt the camera. In fact, I can tilt the camera now. You don't have to see the whole thing about putting the pasta in. It's probably not that exciting. So there we go. That looks better. This is getting there. It's almost ready. Still not boiling over here. Okay, foam has subsided. Let's put in the chicken. When you first put the pasta in, you want to stir a fair bit just to make sure it doesn't all stick together. We are basically good to go. Tested the pasta, it's ready. We drained the pasta. Not with that. These handles get a little hot. Right back. Straight from the colander. Just turn the heat off. So there we are. That looks pretty good, but haven't done the final bit yet, which is our not so freshly ground Parmesan cheese and some pepper. Okay, so we're all done. Got the Parmesan in, got the pepper in, heat is off to everything. Let's just put that in here. Get this out of my way a little bit. I'll work on my presentation here in a second, but it smells amazing. So we'll clean this up. I'll move my camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're basically done. To catch you up, I just cleaned up a little bit over there, moved my camera over here, have my plate. It looks really good, it smells really good. Let me zoom this in for you. Look at that. That is nice looking. It smells really good, and I can't wait to eat it. So, it didn't take very long. I don't know how long it took total, but it was probably 30-40 minutes, mostly just waiting for water to boil and things like that. This is a little more complicated than some of the other ones, but it's not very complicated. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you like the channel, please subscribe. Sometimes go to the website, readalineddoalinecooking.com. You'll occasionally find recipes if they're complicated. This isn't complicated, but we'll eventually post recipes. And a bunch of other information. Thank you so much. Until next time.